All right, guys, we got a big special guest here today, former WWE Tag Team Champion, member of the Wyatt Family, one of the most legendary groups in the history of the business. I'm here with Erick Redbeard Rowan. Mr. Rowan, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes here.
I like how you put that, Erick Redbeard Rowan.
Got to get the best of both worlds, right?
Great moniker.
No, got it.
Thank you.
So, we're up here in our home country of Canada here. You're paying us a nice visit. We appreciate that. Do you have some favorite memories or moments of coming over to visit us over in this neck of the woods?
Canada, I don't know, Toronto, tons of matches over there. But, as far as memories, I always want to get out of the city, and I never get a chance to get out of the city. So, today at Wasaga Beach, I didn't know this place existed. So, it's beautiful. It's beautiful out here. They got the traffic jams heading to the beach. So, I'd like to see the beach.
You're only a couple of feet away. Maybe when you're done here, you can head over and hit the sand a little bit.
Yeah, but probably good memories. I remember there was a pay-per-view that we did out in Toronto, and we went and saw Iron Maiden over at the amphitheater. That was a badass show.
Great venue, too.
Oh, yeah. Right by the water.
Yeah. I've been to a lot of good shows at the amphitheater. A lot of good memories. Well, a lot of hazy memories at the amphitheater. Let's switch gears a little bit. We got to talk about the Wyatt family. In my opinion, one of my personal favorite debuts of anything on the main roster. Can you kind of take us through your memories of that first night when you guys came out, did the great angle with Kane? We'd never seen anything like that on TV before, with the entrance and those the creepy music vibe, and then the big angle with the steel steps. What are some of your memories just about that debut night?
No, it was really cool. It was unique. We shot all those vignettes, and they did them found footage from a reporter, and so there was a buzz going around about who we were. So when we were in Baltimore and we had the debut with Glenn, Big Kane, it was impactful. And it's funny because I just remember that last shot of us smashing his face in, which is a reason that he needs to have that mask. And then I don't know if we dragged him away that day or not. I don't remember.
I don't.
I think we just left him laying.
I think so, yeah.
Because I know we kidnapped a lot of people, and nobody ever saw what happens.
Back at that Wyatt compound, crazy times,
Can
right?
you imagine that found footage?
There's a reality TV show waiting to happen.
Absolutely.
The internet kind of ran a little bit wild last year. Bray Wyatt made his return to the company. Everybody under the sun was speculating if you were going to return or not. Was there ever any talk of you coming in and doing something with Bray, or is that just something you like to sit back and have a laugh at?
I have a laugh with it because, wrestling's always never say never, but everything in wrestling is last minute. If anything is going to happen, I'm not going to tell anybody. It's going to ruin a surprise. So I feel at this point it's if I post anything, if I post something that I happen to I went out for a car wash today. Well, if something on TV happens and somebody did something with a car and got dirty, it's going to be a speculation. I'm not doing anything to speculate, nothing, add fuel to any fire. It's just, I find it funny. I laugh at the rumors because I was it's news to me, but, if rumors are out there, it means people want to see something. So it's ultimately not up to me. I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing independence. I'm acting, so I'm moving on, but I keep myself in shape.
I think that also speaks to the legacy that you guys have with that Wyatt family, right? People clamor to see that return, so anytime Bray pops up, you're already associated with that. I think that's a tip of the cap to you guys for everything you accomplished.
We accomplished a lot. We made a statement, and it's good to see, guys like, Braun still out there trying to do something, even though I think he's hurt now, and Bray still out there trying to do something, even though something's wrong with him as well, and, Uncle Howdy or whatever his name is. And then just the impact we all have on people, especially, John, who we lost a few years back, and just the legacy he did in the short amount of time when he had his chance at AEW for a little run. And it just speaks volumes to the talent that all of us have.
And, we saw you show up in AEW a couple times. You were part of that beautiful tribute show. What was that night like for you? I know that must have been a tough one, obviously, but I thought the tribute was beautiful. I thought it's one of the best wrestling shows that have ever been done. What was your experience like doing that?
It was in the middle of COVID, and everyone's grieving. It was a big loss, and it's one of those things where if I wasn't invited, I would have been devastated. I wanted to say goodbye, and that was the only way to do it in that time, to be around people that loved him and that love you. And there's no funeral. Like, that's your moment to say goodbye. And, fortunately, the world got to see and hear from people he loved, and it was a public forum of a celebration of his life, not only in wrestling, but as a person.
Yeah, you hear such great things about him, and it was a tragic loss for everybody, and I'm sorry for your loss there, absolutely. But you did have a great moment, lots of great moments with him, and one particular one at WrestleMania. You guys won the tag team titles. Can you kind of share your memories of just that whole experience in front of that large crowd with one of your best friends, capturing the top prize for what you guys were working on?
It was a journey from FCW to NXT to the main roster to having singles runs to being put back together to having single runs to being put back together to being repackaged to finally be able to achieve what we both had tried to achieve from the moment we got there. It meant a lot. So it was a moment that I'm glad we got to share, and I'm glad he got to share with me when he was still around. But, it's just one of those things that you can look back at pictures and whatever, but in the moment, it felt good.
Absolutely. You had another big WrestleMania moment being in the ring with one of the biggest stars in the world, The Rock. When you look back at something like that, what do you think about being in there with The Rock, having a moment that people are still talking about to this day, and what could be possibly his last official match too, right?
I'm sure he'll have another match. If he gets cleared to do it. But yeah, it was amazing. Just to have the standoff moment and show the size difference. Even though it was a quick 1, 2, 3, it was to be in there with the great one. It's always a good moment. Like I've been fortunate enough to be in the ring with a lot of very talented people, and I'm not quitting anytime soon. And there's a lot of talented people out there still on the indies, and so watch independent wrestling.
Absolutely. The last two questions I want to ask you here: if you had your choice of what was in the cage, what would it have been?
I've said this numerous times. I wanted the actress that was in American Horror Story, La Petite. I wanted her to be in the cage. I wanted her to be my friend that I was protecting from the outside world, and she knew that she would lock herself into the cage to protect herself from the looks and the jeers, just like I would get looks and jeers because of the way I look.
I love that. I've never heard you say that before, so that's fantastic.
And I wanted her to accidentally get killed, because I wanted her to have a death on television offset, like have just the cage explode in blood in a trash compactor.
That would have made.
Now I'm just making up stuff, but
I was going to say that would have made for some can't miss TV. Last question I want to ask you here: you've done so many great things in your career. What's something that you personally look back on and just makes you happy, just makes you smile, just a personal moment for you?
People I've met. And I'll go back again. I'll say it introduced me to John. And he makes me want to be a better dad, a better husband, a better wrestler. And he believed in me. When he was shelved and trying to get released to go do his own thing in AEW, and they wouldn't let him go, he was my biggest supporter when I broke away from Daniel, when I did my singles run before the cage. And he got upset when I had the cage. Like, he wanted them to do more with me. So, I'm not going to quit until I prove myself to him. You know what I mean? I want to show people what he saw in me, because I don't think people understand what I can do or what I'm capable of truly in the ring.
Absolutely. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time out. It's always great to see you. Can't wait to see what the future holds. On behalf of myself, Tyler, and Mr. Redbeard here, you've been counted out.